We're doing your fire extinguisher training, annual fire extinguisher training. Like Mike said, a lot of people don't realize it, but OSHA does require that you have fire extinguisher training. If you've never used an extinguisher before, it does take a little bit of training and some practice to properly use an extinguisher. The main thing, a handheld portable fire extinguisher is only for the beginning stages of a fire. If you have like a big rip-roaring, blazing inferno like over here in the corner, you're not going to be able to put the fire out with a handheld extinguisher. So if you see a little small fire start, grab an extinguisher and put the fire out. I know the cross automation doesn't expect you to be firefighters, so if there is a fire, just, follow your normal procedures in getting out of the building or whatever. First of all, let's talk about the different types of fires. There's 4 types of fires. There's only 3 that you guys would really be dealing with here in the building. There's A, B, C, D, and flammable grease fires, so you wouldn't be dealing with those. Class A fire is like trash, paper, cloth, just common combustibles. A house on fire would be considered pretty much a Class A fire. Okay. B class fires are flammable liquids, be gas, solvents, different types of chemicals, be your B class fires. The C class fire is electrical fires. Anything with an electrical current running to it would be classified as an electrical fire. Okay, a D class fire is flammable or flammable metals like titanium, beryllium, and they take a whole totally different type of fires. And like I said, you have a K classifier, and that is like deep fat fryers in restaurants. But like I say, you'll just be dealing with the 3 types of fires here, and also in your home. There's different types of extinguishers for different types of fires. For Class A, the main thing you would use is water. For Class B would be CO2, and for Class C would be CO2 or dry chemicals. This extinguisher is an ABC dry chemical extinguisher. The reason it's called an ABC extinguisher is good for all 3 types of fires. Now the CO2, there's no need in having like water extinguishers, CO2 extinguishers, and dry chemical extinguishers, where this extinguisher would take care of all 3 types of fires. There's also halon. Halon is a chemical that leaves no residue. It's a clean agent, and you normally have halon extinguishers around computers and delicate electronics because it leaves no residue. If you was to use this extinguisher like in a server room for a fire, it would wipe out all the servers because this powder is so fine, and it would get all in the servers and wipe everything out. So, and I believe y'all have a small halon extinguisher over in your workroom. In the server room. Okay, all right. Using a fire extinguisher. Well, first, let me go over the parts of the extinguisher. There's 2 handles on a fire extinguisher. The bottom handle is the handle you actually hold or carry it by. The top handle is the one you actually depress to discharge the extinguisher. I've seen some people grab it like this. If you grab it by the top handle, you're going to bind this pin up, and you're not going to be able to pull the pin out. So always remember to hold it by the bottom handle. The pin is a safety pin. It's in there just to prevent any type of accidental discharge. It has a safety seal, which just holds the pin in. Has a gauge, pressure gauge. In some extinguishers, it may not be green, but on this extinguisher, if it's charged, it's in the green area. If it's ever to the left of the green area, it means that the extinguisher has lost its pressure and it needs to be recharged. Now sometimes you'll see the needle will be over to the right, And that's probably just from when they recharge the extinguisher. They just put a little bit too much nitrogen in it, but there's no hazard in that. If the needle is ever way over here, that indicates that there's a problem with the gauge, and the extinguisher is going to have to be serviced. There's a hose, and of course this is where the powder comes out. Now these small 5-pound extinguishers or the smaller 2.5-pound extinguishers like you may have in your home is going to have a little short nozzle. It's not going to have a hose, but you still use them the same way. And in using an extinguisher, I always start like 10 feet back from the fire. And remember the word pass. That's for pull the pin, aim the hose or the nozzle, squeeze the handle, and sweep back and forth. What you're actually trying to do is aim the powder at the base of the fire, at the bottom of the fire, and sweep back and forth. And that way this powder, it covers whatever's burning and smothers the fire out. And if you're ever in the plant, I'm sure someone goes through every month and does an inspection, but if you're ever just in the building and glance over the extinguisher and notice that the pressure gauge is down, just let someone know so we can come pick it up and get it serviced. Exits. Always know where your exit are. Really, no matter where you're at. I mean, here at work, if you go to the store, just glance around and say, well, yeah, there's an exit there, there's an exit there. Always know where your exits are so you can get out in case there's some type of an emergency. Smoke. Smoke will kill you. There's more people die from smoke than fires. You can see in the news where someone was killed, say in a house fire, and you think, oh God, it's just terrible just to burn up like that. Trust me, they were dead way before the fire ever got to them. So if you do have a fire, get out, because the smoke will kill you. Anyone have any questions? Any concerns? Like I say, when we go outside, you'll see that it does take a little bit of work in putting a fire out. And it's not just grabbing it and squirting it on the fire. There's actually a lot more to it than that. And as for a real fire and for training purposes, today, when you get the extinguisher, don't go right straight up on the pan. I'll hold you back and not let you, but if you go right up on the pan and squirt it right straight down in the pan, you'll get a big fireball. And it's like at home, if you have a grease fire on your stove, don't go right up to the fire and squirt it right at the fire, because you're just going to blow that grease all over the kitchen and the fire is going to get so big that you can't control it. Stay back like 10 feet and go ahead and just discharge your extinguisher, aim it at the fire, and just slowly work your way up while you're sweeping back and forth. And it should put the fire out. Anyone have any questions? Has anyone used an extinguisher before in here? So that's the thing about it too. You know, you ask a group of people, and the biggest majority of people, no, I've never used an extinguisher. You know, the instructions are on the extinguisher, but of course you're not, well, let's see, you're not going to have time to sit there and read the instructions while the fire gets bigger. Any questions? Yes, sir.
Does that material conduct electricity?
No, it's non-conductive. Any questions?
No, that's it.
Okay. All right. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. All right. Whoever wants to go first.
Kev, you're up there. You're up front.
I don't think I can do this.
Oh, yeah, you can.
You say you
All
want
right.
Just remember,
Twist it.
you'll break the seal. There you go. Pull it all the way out. Just throw it down. I'll get it.
Hurry, the house is
Pull your hose.
Ah, no.
Okay, go ahead and work your way up a little bit. Come on up a little bit. Okay, go ahead and squeeze the top handle. Okay, walk up towards the fire. Just point it more down at the fire. Back and forth. There you go. It's out. Good
See?
job.
Jay, if you're on
Good
fire,
job.
I'll get
Okay, next.
Okay, anybody else?
There you go. That's it. Oh well, that's good. I guess you need an extinguisher. Don't you?
Hold it.
Yeah. And you can just pull it pretty hard. Let's see, just I'll tell you. There you go. There you go.
10 seconds and you're dead.
There you go. Good job.
Black lung.
Anyone else?
Yes.